When you start looking at which USB socket outlet to install, you may get a bit overwhelmed by the choice that's on offer. There's a seemingly endless array of decisions to make, from manufacturer through styles to different finishes. Not least of these decisions is the power rating of the USB charger inside here. Individual brands will provide you with a choice of ratings. For example, BG have socket outlets with ratings of 45, 22, 15 watts and 12 watts. So why the variety in power ratings, and which one should you go for? Well, as electricians, we always like the idea of more power, and so you may have a natural tendency just to always fit the highest powered one wherever it's being installed. However, there are a couple of reasons why that might not be the best idea. The first is cost. The higher the power rating, the more you and your customer are going to be paying for the socket outlet. The second reason is that even if you install the highest power rating of USB socket outlet, you might not actually be benefiting fully from it. Why is that? Well, it all boils down to what you're plugging in to charge. Although the highest end of the range will deliver 45 watts, not all devices are capable of actually taking in that amount of power to charge and will only accept 22 watts. So you could plug the same device into two different sockets, one rated at 45 watts and the other at 22 watts, and the device would charge at the exact same rate. So you're not getting the benefit of the higher power rating of the 45 watt outlet. Of course, there's a debate to be had about charging multiple devices at the same time, and that really leads us into the critical part of deciding which of the socket outlets to install, and that is understanding your customer's habits. The room the socket is being installed in will play a large part in this. For example, let's take a bedroom. Maybe you're installing the socket outlet next to a bed where someone will be charging up their mobile phone overnight. It's likely to be on charge for 6 to 8 hours. This is more than enough time for even the very lowest rating of USB socket outlet to charge the phone up to 100%. So even if your device will accept 45 watt charging rates, it would probably charge it up to full in the first hour or so, and then not be in use for the rest of the night. So it would make sense to install a lower rated outlet in this situation. However, let's say you're installing a USB charging socket in a home office. Tablets and modern laptops all charge via USB nowadays and often require a fairly beefy charging block to do so. If you're charging one of these larger devices while they're in use, then you may find that one of the lower rated USB socket outlets struggles to keep up with charging while you're constantly draining the battery through use. So in this situation, installing one of the higher rated 45 watt socket outlets should provide the power you need to keep on working while using the device. And if you're charging up as you're getting ready to go out into the field with your device, then it will charge up that much quicker. If you're anything like me, then there may be times when you need a big boost of a charge really quickly, and fortunately my mobile phone will accept higher power charging. If in conversation with your customer they express a similar need, then it would be a good idea to install a 45 watt outlet somewhere easily accessible in the property, like the kitchen, for fast charging. However, if like me, your customer finds themselves in the evening watching telly and mindlessly draining their battery while doom scrolling through social media, then a 22 watt charging socket outlet would be handy in this situation to stop the battery being completely emptied. Of course, there are many other applications where expense may become even more of a consideration. For example, in a commercial setting like an office, it would be a good idea to install USB socket outlets matched to the requirements of whatever's being plugged in, whether that be mobile devices or laptops. If it's an office space with a hot desking culture and you're not sure what might be plugged in, then the higher 45 watt rating of outlet might be the best choice. Also, many public areas of places like airports and train stations now provide USB charging outlets to help people get a bit of charge in their devices before moving on to another location. In places like this, installing the highest rating of charging outlet is the smart move, as these will accommodate the widest range of devices for charging rates and also allow people to charge up as quickly as possible, so you don't get a bottleneck of people waiting and getting frustrated. Of course, the BG USB socket outlets are perfect for this, as they have both a USB-C connection and a USB-A connection, meaning that whatever type of charging lead a user has on them, it can still be used. That's just one of my favourite features of these socket outlets. To find out the rest, check out this 60-second video right here, and all that remains in this video is to say thank you very much for watching.